Happy February, folks. Anjari.Almighty here, and today we are celebrating the third day of Black History Month, when in reality it should be the whole year, because none of us goes a single day without benefiting from the innovations, technology, contribution, and breakthroughs of African Americans and the entire diaspora. So with further ado, let's get to the segment. Stop the bigotry trickery, because it ain't a mystery. Black history is American history. The immense impact and legacy left by African Americans is literally within the blood and breath of this country. And that brings us to our inventor of the day, Charles R. Drew. Born in Washington, D.C., Charles R. Drew was raised in a house where all children were expected to fulfill their education and become high achievers. This was the path despite most schools being segregated in Washington, in which he attended. In 1922, he received a scholarship to a college where he was one out of 13 African Americans. After completing college, he taught biology and chemistry at a college in Baltimore, Maryland, until he had enough money to save up for McGill University College of Medicine in Montreal, Canada, which was the best choice for Charles at the time due to the racial climate. Here, Charles distinguished himself by winning prizes, one being a scholarship in neuroanatomy, and he also became an elected member of a medical honor society. In 1933, Charles R. Drew graduated second in his class with his Master of Surgery degrees. He then completed a short internship and residency with Montreal Hospital. Afterwards, he aspired to continue his transfusion therapy training, but racial bigotry barred black scholars from their practices at major American medical centers, so he chose to join faculty at Howard University College of Medicine, where he started as a pathology instructor and then progressed to surgical instructor and chief surgical resident at Freedman's Hospital in 1938. While earning a doctorate at Columbia University, Charles Drew won a fellowship to train with a surgeon at Presbyterian Hospital who attempted to sabotage him by having him work under someone who was granted funding for an experimental blood bank. But this is exactly what Charles Drew wanted. Charles and Scudder began research based on Charles' dissertation, Banked Blood, a study in blood preservation. This thesis made him the first African American to earn a medical doctorate from Columbia University. His key findings regarding blood plasma and composition proved his expertise, and he was asked to lead the Blood for Britain project, a mission to transport desperately needed blood to England, who was under attack by Germany at the time. By the end of the project in 1941, almost 15,000 blood donations were collected due to the invention of Charles R. Drew. Bloodmobiles, an automobile which allowed for the donation process to be done quickly in public spaces. This could have easily led to contaminated plasma, and things could have become deadly fast. But thanks to Charles' dedication and meticulous quality control, everything was a success. America also entered the war in 1941, and Charles Drew became the director of the American Red Cross Blood Bank, where he was responsible for creating blood banks for soldiers abroad. But this was short-lived, because Charles left since U.S. military policy insisted on excluding and segregating blood from black donors. Drew protested that this was unscientific and hurtful to African Americans and everyone. Charles R. Drew then resigned and went back to Howard University, where he was the head of the Department of Surgery and chief of surgery. He was dedicated to training black surgeons and campaigning to get them better access and recognition in the medical world. A story like this is powerful and makes me grateful, especially as someone who lives with the blood disorder sickle cell anemia. But literally all of us and our families have been positively affected by Charles R. Drew's contributions to the medical field. And that's just the truth. Fun fact, I myself was able to write a letter and organize a Red Cross blood drive donation in second grade at my school. They brought the blood mobiles to school and everything. I was out of class all day. It was great. The whole thing was a success. You know what I'm saying? Lots of blood donated. And none of it would have been possible without the contributions of Charles R. Drew. Well, that's your history for the day. I'm Anjari.Almighty, and this has been Stop the Bigotry Trickery, because it ain't a mystery. Black history is American history. Until next time, peace.